It was supposed to be the one weekend I could finally exhale. I'd been circling that camping trip on the calendar for months. A break. A real one. No deadlines. No clients. No meetings. Just the whisper of the trees, the sound of water lapping at the shore, and the comfort of family. My older brother, his 2 daughters, our younger sister, and me. Adults, well, mostly, with the same goal: unwind, disconnect, breathe. We'd all agreed on the plan. My sister had booked the site, and each of us paid our share, $101 a head, a small price for 3 days of peace. She'd even made it clear, this trip wasn't for the whole extended family. No young kids, no pets, no babysitting. She herself had decided not to bring her dog. She also told our youngest brother, who has 3 kids under 6, that it just wasn't the right time. She said she wanted to drink, relax, and not have to supervise anyone else's chaos. We understood. We agreed. That was the deal. And it was fair, but 12 days before the trip, that deal shattered. I got the call. She said she'd be bringing our 6-year-old niece. No discussion, no group text, no vote, just, she's coming. And then she said the part that stopped me cold. We'll be babysitting her. My stomach dropped. Not, I'll be watching her. Not, I made a commitment. Not even, would it be okay? Just, you're all on the hook now. That's when I felt the blood rush to my face, because I knew what that meant. I love my niece, dearly. But I also know what caring for her requires. She has severe ADHD and is prone to loud, intense outbursts. When she's told no, she doesn't negotiate. She melts down. These aren't the mild tantrums of a moody child. They are full-volume meltdowns that demand constant redirection and attention. And now, this child was being dropped into the middle of what was supposed to be my sanctuary, without warning, without consent. It wasn't just the shock. It was the betrayal. My sister had explicitly refused to invite our younger brother and his kids because she didn't want the trip to turn into a childcare circus. She wanted wine by the fire and mornings without alarms. And now, she was turning around and bringing one of those same kids. Not even her own, our brother's. The hypocrisy stung. I asked if she had spoken to our older brother about it. She hadn't. Of course she hadn't, because she knew he'd say no. She was slipping the niece in through the back door of this trip like a contraband item, knowing full well that she was breaking the rules we all agreed on. And then came the second blow. She said it would be a no electronics trip, that our niece wouldn't be allowed to bring her tablet. That tablet, the one thing that helps her stay calm during long car rides or when she needs a sensory break, would be banned. The ride to the campsite is 3 hours. 3 hours in a car with no stimulation, no way to self-regulate, no escape. I pictured the first hour, the crying, the screaming, the tension. I pictured my brother's girls, just 12 and 14, being guilted into helping out, into entertaining their cousin. I pictured myself, eyes closed, trying to pretend I was somewhere else. And suddenly, I couldn't see peace anymore. I saw chaos, and I knew I couldn't go. Not because I don't love my family, not because I don't adore my niece, but because this wasn't what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to be manipulated. I didn't sign up to be trapped in the woods, emotionally cornered into playing camp counselor for a child who needed more than I could give. This was supposed to be my chance to recharge. So now I'm torn. Do I back out, eat the $101, and let my sister deal with the consequences of her choices? Or do I try to speak up, risk the backlash, the guilt, the inevitable, But she's just a kid. Because if I go, I will end up helping. I know myself. I'll feel bad. I'll jump in. I'll cave. And I'll come home more exhausted than when I left. But if I don't go, I'll be painted as the difficult one, the cold one, the selfish one. Even though all I wanted was a break. Even though she changed the plan. Even though none of this was mine to carry. Today is a holiday. I haven't told anyone yet. I didn't want to ruin it. But I've decided I'm going to call my brother, tell him everything, that she didn't ask, that she's bringing the niece, that there's no tablet allowed, that the rules we all agreed on got thrown out like trash. And I know he'll be upset, because he's protective of his girls. And they, more than anyone, deserve a real vacation too. I'm not going on that trip. I'm booking a weekend at a spa resort instead. Somewhere quiet. Somewhere with a warm pool, soft robes, and maybe a glass of wine with my name on it. Somewhere I won't be forced into a job I never applied for. Because I'm not a babysitter. I'm not a backup plan. I'm a person who needed rest and who had it stolen from her. So, am I the asshole? This story hits a nerve, doesn't it? It's not just about a camping trip. It's about boundaries, about expectations, about what happens when someone you love quietly rewrites the rules and hands you the consequences. This isn't about being unwilling to help. It's about consent, about choice, about whether you're allowed to say, "This is too much for me." Too often in families, especially when it comes to caregiving, women are expected to step in, absorb the chaos, smile through it, and call it love. But love without boundaries is exploitation and exhaustion in disguise. So, to anyone listening right now who's been the default babysitter, the emotional shock absorber, the one who just makes it work while everyone else relaxes, you're allowed to say no. You're allowed to keep the promises you made to yourself, even if someone else breaks theirs. And if you've ever been in a situation like this, let's hear it in the comments. Have you ever had your vacation turned into someone else's emergency? Have you ever felt guilty for choosing peace? Comment below. Share your story. Let's talk about it. Because these moments, they're more common than you think. And no, you're not the asshole. You're just tired of being everyone else's plan B.